Hey, everyone, it's me. While going through some old footage recently, I came across this clip of an interview with one of the astronauts who took part in the Apollo 11 mission back in 1969. His name was Buzz Aldrin. Now, Buzz passed away just a few months ago. But in this clip here, he's talking about the people back at home watching them take these giant leaps forward into space. And he talks about what they were saying and thinking as all of this was happening. And it's got me thinking about how we've come so far since then. And now we have probes and rovers and landers and orbiters all over our solar system, traveling around, taking pictures and collecting data and generally expanding our understanding of our corner of the universe. And there's one particular mission that I wanted to talk about today that I think is an excellent example of what we have achieved together as humans. I want to talk about the Mars Science Laboratory mission, which launched on November 26, 2011. It was designed to go to Mars and look for signs of life, microbial life specifically. They sent along a rover called Curiosity, which has been driving around Mars for the past decade, taking pictures and collecting data, and generally helping us understand the red planet more than we ever had before. The reason why this mission is so important is because it represents such a huge leap forward in our ability to explore other worlds. We didn't always have the ability to get a probe or a rover to another world like Mars and have it do what we needed it to do. But now we do. Now we can send machines out chasing answers to some of our biggest questions. And although Curiosity hasn't found any definitive proof of life on Mars yet, it has found a lot of evidence that makes us wonder. For example, Curiosity has discovered methane gas in the Martian atmosphere, which could be evidence of life on Mars. Methane is a gas that is only produced by living things on Earth, so finding methane on Mars would be a big deal. It could mean that there is or was life on Mars. But that's not all Curiosity has found. It has also found organic molecules on Mars. Organic molecules are molecules that contain carbon and hydrogen, and carbon is really important for life as we know it, because all of the molecules that make up living things on Earth contain carbon. So finding organic molecules on Mars could be another piece of evidence that there is or was life on Mars. But perhaps most exciting is that Curiosity has found evidence that liquid water may have existed on Mars in the past. Water is essential for life as we know it. So if there was ever a place outside of Earth where we might find life, it would probably be on Mars, because Mars has water. Now, let's step back for a second here. Let's forget about aliens and space stuff for a minute. Do you remember when you were younger and you looked up in the night sky and wondered if there was life out there? Of course you do. We all do. When we're kids, we're naturally curious about the world around us and beyond us. We ask a lot of questions and we're always eager to learn new things. But as we get older, we tend to stop asking questions. We get bogged down in the day-to-day and we lose our sense of wonder. But this is something that I think we need to try to hold on to as we grow up, because I think it's this sense of wonder that drives us to explore and discover new things. It's what makes us human. And it's something that I think we should all try to hold on to. So now let's go back to space. This sense of wonder is what drives us to explore space. It's what led us to put the first spacecraft into orbit around the Earth, to land the first humans on the Moon, and to send probes to every other planet in the solar system. It's this sense of wonder that has led us to where we are today. The Mars Science Laboratory mission was a huge success. It landed on Mars in August of 2012, and has been exploring the surface of the planet ever since. Curiosity has made some incredible discoveries, including evidence that liquid water may have existed on Mars in the past. But sadly, it's not the mission that we'd hoped for. After 11 years on Mars, Curiosity's wheels are getting pretty worn out, and the rover is starting to show its age. NASA has said that they don't expect Curiosity to last much longer. In fact, they gave it a sort of death sentence, saying that it will die a slow death, essentially running out of power as its wheels continue to get worn down, and it continues to trudge along the surface of Mars. But maybe this isn't such a bad thing. Maybe it's time for us to let Curiosity rest. After all, it has done an incredible job and has taught us more about Mars than we ever knew before. It's been over 50 years since the Apollo 11 mission, the mission that landed the first humans on the Moon. It's hard to believe that it's been that long. It feels like it was just yesterday that Neil Armstrong took those first steps on the lunar surface and said those famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." But it's been 50 years, and in that time, we've done a lot. We've landed spacecraft on Venus, Mars, Titan, and the Moon. We've sent probes to every other planet in the solar system, and we've learned so much about the universe. But I think we can do more. I think we need to set our sights on something new, something that will push us to the limits of our abilities and teach us even more about the universe. We've done a lot, but we have so much more to learn. There's so much out there that we don't know. I think it's time for us to set our sights on something new, something that will push us to the limits of our abilities and teach us even more about the universe. What do you think? What should we do next? Should we go back to the Moon? Or should we set our sights on something even bigger, like Mars? Let us know in the comments below. I'm the host. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something new and got excited about the future of space exploration. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos like this. We're just a few subscribers short of hitting that 1 million subscriber milestone. So if you're not already subscribed, please do so and stay up to date with all of our videos. Also, make sure to visit our website to check out all of the amazing products we have to offer. From t-shirts to coffee mugs to phone cases, we have something for everyone. Plus, your purchase will help us produce even more great videos. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. As I was watching through some of the old footage, I stumbled across this clip of an interview with one of the astronauts who took part in the Apollo 11 mission. His name was Buzz Aldrin. Now Buzz passed away just a few months ago. But in this clip here, he's talking about the people back at home watching them take these giant leaps forward into space. And he talks about what they were saying and thinking as all of this was happening. And it's got me thinking about how we've come so far since then. We've come so far since then. I mean, we've landed rovers on Mars, for crying out loud. But I think it is easy to forget that it was that long ago that we didn't know anything about Mars. I mean, we knew it was red, but we didn't know anything about its atmosphere or its surface or its history. And now we do. Thanks to missions like Curiosity, we have a pretty good understanding of what Mars is like. And we're still learning new things every day. It is easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and forget to look up at the stars and wonder about the possibilities out there. But I think it's important that we do. I think it's important that we never lose that sense of wonder. I think Buzz Aldrin understood this. He said that he and his fellow astronauts were always aware of how lucky they were to be a part of the space program. He said that they knew that they were making history and that they were part of something bigger than themselves. And I think that's something that we can all learn from. We're all so busy in our own lives that it is easy to forget that there is something bigger than us, something more important. But I think Buzz Aldrin was right. I think we need to remember that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves. We're all part of the human race, and we're all part of this amazing story that began billions of years ago with the birth of the universe. And we're all part of this amazing story that began billions of years ago with the birth of the universe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.